right, like Beth said, I'm Nathan Whipple with Foth, project engineer that worked on this project and kind of been with it through construction so far for the past year. So we're going to talk about construction team, what you guys can look forward to for this phase of construction. We're going to review what we've gotten completed so far and show you a couple pictures of some of the construction stuff that's been going on in the last year, the anticipated construction schedule for this year, and what you guys can expect as far as timelines for when things will get completed. Just some general things to expect during construction, just to make you all aware of that. And like Matt said at the end, we'll take some time for general questions and comments. So for the construction team, our prime contractor is Sternquist Construction. Brad Freeman is their project manager, and that's the same as it was last year. None of that's changed. With Foth, that'll be me, your project engineer as your primary contact, and my cell phone number and email are up there. And then you just heard from Matt Greiner, who's the City of Johnston Public Works Director, and he's your main contact at the city. Just special note, we want to try and route all communications through me, and then I can get it where it needs to go, whether it's to the contractor or to Matt or to somebody else. So to kick off the project review, stage one, which was west of Merle Hay, is basically complete. We got water main done last year, a few sanitary sewer improvements, mainly sanitary sewer services, the storm sewer, and then all paving done last year. The only thing left to do on that one really is going to be our surface restoration and final grading. The contractor's going to have to come in and do some more dirt work, fill in some amended soil, so we got some good black dirt out there to hopefully get grass growing well. On stage 2A, which would be Merle Hay Road and then Northwest 62nd Avenue to the east drive of the school, we got all the water main done, all the sanitary sewer done, all the storm sewer done, and then the paving done as well. That's kind of the same boat as stage one. We'll need to do quite a bit more grading and surface restoration, and then also we'll need to tack on the two southbound on-street parking lanes. Stage 2B, which is kind of what we're here to talk about today, is from Northwest 62nd Avenue at the east end of the school there to the east limits of the project, which is about 400 feet past 54th Court to the east. We've got the water main and sanitary sewer done, but we'll need to come back and finish the storm sewer, paving, get all the driveways done, and get the trails in on both sides. The one good thing is private utility relocations are completely done. So we had mid-am in there, mid-am gas, electric. We had about 5 different private comm lines that have now all been relocated and are out of the way. So that was a pretty good relief to have. Oh, I guess these are just a couple pictures. This is some of the storm sewer they did. They installed a pretty large 16-inch water main along Merle Hay and did some live insert valves, which were pretty cool. And then here's some paving that Sternquist did. So first thing to talk about is roadway closure. Hopefully you guys have seen the signs driving out along Merle Hay Road and 62nd Avenue. We're looking at closing the road, that orange section you see there, on March 22nd, sometime after 9 a.m. Hopefully to allow everybody to kind of get used to it after getting back from spring break, and that morning rush hour can kind of get through. So what you can see is you'll have access from 54th up to 62nd, and from 62nd basically to these houses right here. Merle Hay Road really shouldn't be impacted. We might need to do a small lane shift for a short duration on Merle Hay Road, just to allow the contractor to build a new entrance out to town center here. So that would be a minor lane closure for a short duration. Along with that, we're looking at March 15th, so that'd be next Monday. The contractor is going to try and get in weather depending and start doing some initial grading and constructing some of the temp access roads to allow homeowners to get out to the east. You'll be seeing more information about that tomorrow. We're going to be delivering some door hangers to those of you that are going to be directly impacted. So this is the anticipated construction schedule. I kind of broke it down by what's left and what stage. Really on 62nd, or on stage 1, so it's just surface restoration. We anticipate all the surface restoration will kind of happen at the same time in early May. So that would be all of stage 1, stage 2A, and stage 2B would be done in early May, or early to mid-May, I guess. Stage 2A, the contractor has told us that they'd like to get their sidewalk guys coming in basically right off the get-go here in the beginning of March, or at the end of March, and have them start working on trail and sidewalk. And they've got quite a bit to do up and down Merle and quite all of 62nd left, so that should take them through April. The on-street parking in stage 2A should come as one of the first things as well. They got some rock to pour out on the south side of the road that they're gonna use for temporary access, and then they're gonna try and get that taken care of right away in March. So moving on to stage 2B, storm sewer, we anticipate to be completed late March. They've got to get in and remove what's left of the pavement on 62nd to the east there before they can start storm sewer. We anticipate a week to 2 weeks for that, at least, depending on the weather. And then we've got probably late April for grading. They'll have 2 to 3 weeks of grading, subgrade prep, and bringing in rock to get the road ready to pave. And then along with that, they'll have the sidewalk and trail to do, hopefully at the same time they're doing the rest of the stages in March and April. And then again, surface restoration early to mid-May. So right after they're done paving, as soon as they get cure time on that, that's when they'll be able to start on those few drives that are left to get permanent drives to you guys. Just west of 54th and then to the east. I would say look at late April or early May for getting those driveways replaced. And in the meantime, we'll have temporary access roads out to the east. So what can you guys expect during construction? I think a lot of you already know kind of what to expect. We've been through this almost a year exactly now. So about this same time last year we got started. So there will be heavy equipment again. They still have some underground utilities to do, mainly just the storm sewer, but there will be excavators, dump trucks, delivery trucks dropping off concrete pipe, and there will be stockpile pipe around the site. It's going to be dusty and dirty. We're going to try and keep on the contractor to maintain, keeping the dust down, watering, sweeping, all of that. That can be a struggle with them sometimes. And noise during those working hours there, you guys are definitely going to be hearing noise from the equipment moving and from just the general construction activities. Contractors' working hours during the week are 7 a.m. to 9 p.m. And Saturdays 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. It is possible that they may need to work 7 days a week to meet their deadlines, but if that comes up, we'll notify you guys in advance so you can expect that. So here's just some pictures of general things you can expect. On the right here, our open trench is an open trench. Ours shouldn't be that big. The rest of our storm sewer is actually pretty shallow to lay, but it is right against the edge of that existing road, so that all that road will need to come out. So storm sewer improvements, that's pretty much why we're closing down 62nd, is to allow them to get the new storm sewer in there. And then once that's done, then we can close up those holes and start getting ready to pave. So this is kind of what you can expect to see when we go to street grading. First one over there on the left is them just grading, and the second one is them getting rock down and put to final grade so they can put pavement on it. And yeah, we can expect 1 to 2 weeks of grading before paving. And then once we get to paving, plan on it being very busy. A lot of concrete trucks in and out of the site. A lot of moving parts on those days. They're usually pretty stressful. And we'll try and let you guys know in advance when that's happening so you can plan trips around it. Yeah, 1 or 2 days of paving per section, and then time to cure if needed before we can move on to the next phase of that. Driveway paving. So that'll happen after we get cure time on our street paving. That is pretty labor intensive for them to get set up and poured. They kind of have to do it in stages to be able to get their sidewalk in there, and as well as the driveway approach and the tie back to your guys' drives. Luckily, we don't have a lot of driveways to do in this section, so hopefully they can get through those pretty quick, but that will be time consuming. This is what our final stage is going to look like. Will be surface restoration. I believe this is 55th, and if you drive down there today, it looks fantastic. I know it does take a little while for that seed to establish and look as good as it does, but we usually get there. Especially with the new topsoil amending the topsoil and tilling that in, we've had really good luck with that on previous projects. So what to expect from your contractor. Contractor is supposed to cover the overall project coordination of construction activities. They will be picking up your garbage if you're in the closure area. Just all you have to do is leave your garbage at the end of your lane. They'll come and get it on Tuesdays and bring it back to you at the end of your drive at the end of the day. Mailboxes aren't going to be changing, so if you're on a temporary mailbox right now, that'll stay the same until the end, when we can get everybody's permanent mailboxes back in. Just plan on continuing to use the temporary mailbox. Project utility coordination, most of that should be done now that all the utilities are out of the way. We might find something when we're digging that needs to be relocated. And then they are required to maintain police, fire, and ambulance access for everyone. So what can you guys do to help us out? Please use caution near the construction zones. They are very dangerous. Keep children out of the construction zones. We're working with the school as much as we can to try and keep their kids safe as well. And drive slowly, please. There's going to be a lot of moving pieces out there, and we're on a really short time frame for this spring. So maybe just take an extra second to try and give everybody the chance to go home safe. Communication with our construction team. If you're having issues with property access, you'll probably want to first talk to our inspector out on site, because he'll be the first one that can get you guys access back. We ask for a little bit of patience, because sometimes they've done things they shouldn't, and we need to get that corrected so you guys can get back into your accesses. Utility service issues, if you have issues with water, electric, gas, let us know. If it's a communication, we usually have better luck if you guys reach out to MediaCom or whoever your provider is first, because they're a lot more likely to fix it if the customer is calling than if we're calling. And then if you have specific project concerns, reach out to us. We'll do our best to fix them within the best of our abilities. Also, along with that, if you have specific events going on this summer, I know May could be graduation time or something, help us and let us know. We can try and coordinate with that with the contractor so they know what's going on. So if special considerations are needed, we can try and accommodate that the best we can. But yeah, patience is huge. We're working through this as fast as we can. We want this to be over with, just as much as you guys do. So at the end of the day, if you have questions, let us know. If you have issues, let us know, and we'll try and fix them the best we can. Anybody got questions?
With that, if anybody has any general project questions, we'd be happy to answer those right now. If we need to, if you have a property specific question, we'll answer those just here in just a second. So